Welcome to Ruger Tech Tips. I'm going to show you how to take your PC Carbine to do disassembly on that for cleaning and inspection. Before I begin, I want to make sure I have no live ammunition in my magazine. I'm going to visibly and physically check my chamber to make sure I have no live ammunition in the rifle and none in my work area. You don't need anything too special as far as tools go. You're going to need a saw-faced hammer, a 3/32 hex head driver, going to need a punch. I'm going to use a 3/32 punch, a good pair of safety glasses, and I'm just going to use a tray just to put the small parts in. So first thing I'm going to do, because this is a takedown model, I'm going to take my barrel assembly off my receiver. So I'm just going to pull my latch forward, twist my barrel, set the barrel to one side. Once the barrel's removed, I'm going to release my bolt, get that going forward. And there's two screws in the bottom of the receiver that hold the receiver and the stock assembly together. So I'm just going to loosen those screws up, and I'm going to use a 3/32 driver. The screws are going to loosen, they're going to come out of the receiver, but they don't come out of the stock. So you'll feel those loosen up, they'll move up and down, and that tells you it's released out of the receiver. So once that is separate, I can take my stock and I'm going to just set that aside, don't need that. On our trigger group assembly, we have two cross pins that run through that hold that in place. The pins are non-directional, they're both the same pin, and there's no worry about mixing those up. So I'm just going to push both of those pins right on through. Both pins come out, and I get my whole trigger group assembly out of there. Next, I need to remove the charging handle, so I'm going to unscrew this handle. So you get out the charging handle, and there's a screw inside of that, so I'm going to set that aside. From there, inside the receiver, I can see the bottom of my bolt, I can see my recoil spring, and the buffer at the rear. So if I grab the buffer, pull it slightly forward and lift up and out, I can get my entire bolt assembly up and out. So I lift this up and out. I'm done with my receiver. I'm going to set that to one side. The bolt top assembly, that just slides right out of the top. So that's a spring and guide rod and the buffer. So I'm going to set that to one side. On the underside of our bolt, we have two pins that hold in our bolt face, and there's a single pin that holds in the extractor. So I'm going to take out my extractor first, so I need to get this pin out. And from the upper side, I can have access to that pin, I can push it through. So you want to compress your extractor in, take your punch, and I can push that through. I can get the extractor pin out, I can get the extractor and the spring. I'm just going to set those to one side. My two pins, I need to remove those and the bolt face, and to do that, I just turn it upside down. If I compress in the bolt face, my two pins will come out. Those fall right out, set those aside. The bolt face comes out forward. You're then going to get your firing pin, spring and firing pin. So those two come out as a unit. I set those aside. And lastly, you have the dead blow weight inside our bolt assembly, and that comes out. And that's complete disassembly on the PC Carbine. If you're doing this for cleaning, you can go to our tech tips on cleaning of the PC Carbine rifle. Thanks for watching this Ruger Tech Tip.